Chosen ones, your next relationship will shock everyone. And no, this isn't clickbait. You're not going to believe who it is, but your soul already knows. This isn't about dating. This isn't about finding someone to fill your Friday nights. This is about a divine contract written before you took your first breath. A connection so rare, so untouchable, it will silence every critic, every doubter, every voice that said you'd never be truly seen. You've been hidden, haven't you? Misunderstood. You've had to dim your light to keep peace, to fit into spaces that couldn't hold your brilliance. But no more. The next chapter of your life has a co-star. And this person, they don't just see your light, they recognize it, because they carry the same flame. This isn't a romance born from convenience. This is a spiritual alignment, a cosmic switch flipping, a soul connection ordained by the Most High. The moment you two lock eyes, something ancient inside both of you will wake up, and everyone around you, they won't know how to process it. Some will call it intense, some will call it crazy, but the ones who see clearly, they'll call it holy. Comment 777 if your soul is vibrating with this truth. Don't hesitate. That number is already moving energy in your favor. You've endured the counterfeit connections, the emotional leeches, the ones who only loved the idea of you. But this time, you'll be loved in truth. No mask, no games, just sacred recognition. The kind that doesn't just stir the heart, it shakes the spirit. You'll know it's them because peace will walk into the room before they even speak. You won't have to guess. You won't have to chase. Their presence will feel like rest after war, like silence after the storm. You'll breathe differently around them. You'll laugh from the gut, not just the throat. You'll be safe. This relationship will expose some people. Get ready. Not everyone will be happy for you. That glow, it's going to make some folks uncomfortable. Because when light meets light, it blinds those still hiding in the dark. But don't shrink. Don't apologize. You've paid for this blessing with every tear you've cried in private. And God saw it all. Like this video if you feel the fire rising. It's not just a click, it's an agreement. A moment where you say, yes, I'm ready. And listen, subscribe to this channel to join thousands of other chosen one souls walking this path. This space, it's sacred ground. You're not walking alone anymore. Now, here's what will shock people the most. Your next relationship won't just be romantic. It'll be prophetic. Together, you and this person will break generational patterns. You'll rewrite scripts your families never dared question. You'll speak life into dead places, and your union will become a sign that heaven still moves on earth. This isn't a fairy tale, this is warfare. But you won't be fighting each other, you'll be fighting alongside each other. That's the difference. You won't be their enemy, you'll be their anchor. Comment 777 again. If that line just hit your spirit, let the universe see your confirmation. Some of you have already felt this person approaching. In dreams, in sudden urges to heal, to forgive, to let go of what no longer serves you. That's not coincidence, that's preparation. You've been in spiritual isolation for a reason. God has been fine-tuning you, burning away distractions, realigning your heart. Not to punish you, but to prepare you, because the version of you that's about to be loved, that version is whole, and so are they. But here's the twist. The person coming into your life might not look like what you expected. They may challenge every definition of type you've ever had, because this connection isn't built on the surface. It's built in the soul. You won't fall in love with their image, you'll fall in love with their energy. their mind, their prayers, their scars. And that's what will shock everyone, because people thought you were looking for looks, status, charm. But the chosen ones, we don't settle for chemistry. We seek covenant. So when they show up, when this divine partner walks into your life, don't run, don't doubt. You've been asking, crying, waiting. Now it's here, and your only job is to recognize it. You'll know it's them when your nervous system calms before your mind can even explain it. When you don't have to perform, when your spirit says, finally, comment 777 right now, one last time. That's not just a number. That's your agreement with heaven. They've been prepared too, you know, through heartbreak, through failure, through prayers they didn't think were heard. And just like you, they're tired of almosts, of maybes, of could-have-beens. They're ready for the real thing, the rare thing, the raw, holy, God-ordained kind of love that doesn't fade when life gets hard, it deepens. Let them come. Let them in. You're not the same person who once mistook pain for passion. You're not the version of you that begged to be chosen. Now, you know you are. So when the shock hits, when people whisper and wonder, how did times they times end up with times them asterisk? You won't need to explain. Let your joy speak for you. Let your glow be the answer. Like this message if it unlocked something in your soul. Subscribe to stay connected to the sacred, to stay aligned with what's already unfolding. Your next relationship is not for entertainment, it's for elevation. And it's coming faster than you think. This relationship will not just open your heart, it will unlock dimensions inside you that you didn't know existed. It will stretch your understanding of connection. You'll find yourself speaking thoughts you didn't even know you had, finishing each other's sentences, sitting in silence for hours without the need to fill the space. Because the energy between you won't demand it, will breathe. There will be moments where you'll pause mid-conversation, not because something was misunderstood, but because the truth was so raw, so synchronistic, it took your breath away. You won't have to explain yourself to them. They'll read you. Not your words, your frequency. And when they speak, it will feel like you've waited lifetimes to hear that voice again. This love won't arrive loud. It will enter like a whisper, but echo like thunder. It won't announce itself, it'll settle in. You'll look back and realize you didn't fall into it. You grew into it. Like vines climbing toward the sun, slowly, patiently, then all at once. And it will challenge you, but not in the way you fear, not through conflict or control, but through reflection. They'll mirror parts of you you've neglected. They'll awaken talents you've buried. They'll provoke your purpose, not through pressure, but presence. They won't push you to become more, they'll simply never let you forget who you are. This kind of love will recalibrate your entire system. You'll notice that even your routine begins to shift. You'll wake up earlier, speak more deliberately, move with intention. Because when you're with someone who sees your vision, who holds your dreams like sacred scrolls, you stop wasting time on what doesn't build, and it will bring healing, deep, cellular healing. You won't just talk about your wounds. You'll feel them soften. Some of the pain that's lingered for years will start to dissolve, not because they fixed you, but because they created the kind of safety where healing could finally begin. You've walked through fire. You've loved people who didn't know how to hold you. You've stayed loyal to patterns that weren't loyal to you. And now, heaven is aligning what you were always meant to receive. Someone who sees your intensity, doesn't flinch, who meets your passion with presence, not panic. Like this video, if your spirit recognizes what's coming. Every click, is a signal to the universe. I'm ready. I'm aligned. I will no longer accept less than sacred. This love won't compete with your calling, it'll complement it. Where others have tried to tone you down, this one will turn you up. Not recklessly, but with reverence. They'll protect your mission like it's their own, because it is. They were designed to walk beside you. Not ahead, not behind. Beside. You'll move through life like twin flames wrapped in divine timing. And when people see you together, they won't just say, "What a beautiful couple," they'll feel something shift in their own spirit. Because witnessing real love activates what's dormant in others. And make no mistake, this love will provoke envy. Not because of the appearance, but because of the alignment. People will try to explain it, to understand how someone like you could end up with someone like that. But they won't see the spiritual infrastructure behind the connection. The lifetimes, the prayers, the purification it took to hold this kind of sacred bond. You've already felt them, haven't you? In quiet moments, in random songs, in sudden emotions that come from nowhere. That's them. That's your energy picking up on theirs. Because when two souls are destined, they begin to echo across timelines long before they ever meet in the flesh. Comment 777 if that just confirmed what your spirit already knew. Don't ignore the nudge. It's a sign, a bridge, a vibration that connects what's coming closer. This connection will rewrite your definition of love. You won't crave possession. You'll crave presence. You won't need validation. You'll offer understanding. You won't fall for potential. You'll rise with purpose. Because this love isn't about completing each other. It's about expanding together. And here's the part that will quiet every critic. You will look happier, younger, more fulfilled. Not because you're in love, but because you're finally free. This relationship won't trap you. It will unchain you from the doubt, from the past, from the weight you carried alone for too long. They'll help you laugh again, not the performative laugh you gave to make others comfortable, but the belly-deep kind that leaves your eyes wet and your chest open. They'll help you remember joy, not just as a moment, but as a state of being. And your creativity? It will explode. Ideas will flood your mind. Projects will find momentum. Because love is a portal. And when two aligned souls unite, heaven starts pouring. This won't be love at first sight. It'll be recognition, the kind that feels like coming home. You'll feel it before they speak, in the way the room shifts, in the way your body stills, in the way the noise inside you quiets without effort. Subscribe to this channel if you're done with distractions and ready to walk into your divine union. This isn't about reaching a number. It's about joining a frequency, a collective of souls who are choosing alignment over appearance, destiny over desperation. And let me say this, your next relationship is going to scare you, not because it's toxic, but because it's true. You'll wonder how something can feel so easy, so natural after everything you've endured. But don't sabotage it. Don't question the peace. You've spent so long surviving that stability feels foreign. But this time, it's not a setup. It's a sanctuary. And it will not just bless you, it will bless your bloodline. Because this isn't a partnership. It's a prophecy. Generational curses will be shattered by your love. New standards will be born through your union. Your children, whether they walk the earth or remain as ideas, will inherit a legacy of wholeness. People will whisper, let them. You're not here to make sense. You're here to make history. Not everyone will understand. That's okay. This relationship wasn't made for the crowd. It was crafted in the quiet, anointed in the unseen, released at the appointed time. like this video if you're still here. That means your soul is listening, and your spirit knows. This isn't just a message, it's a memory returning. You're not just stepping into love, you're stepping into divine timing. And divine timing doesn't rush, but when it lands, it moves everything at once. Conversations will flow without force. Doors will open without knocking. The pieces you thought you lost, they'll return in the form of someone who carries what you've been missing, not to complete you, but to remind you you've always been whole. There will be no stage to impress, no script to memorize. This love won't need performance, it will need presence. And you will show up, not out of obligation, but because your soul won't let you do anything else. You'll look at them, and something in your spirit will say, yes, this is the one I've been walking toward all along. And no, it won't always feel easy, but it will feel true. Some days it'll stretch you. Not because they're breaking you, but because they're holding space for the version of you that's been waiting to breathe. They'll make you uncomfortable in the best way, by loving the parts of you you've been taught to hide. Your conversations won't just exchange words. They'll exchange energy. When you're together, it'll feel like the veil thins. Time won't move the same. Minutes will turn to hours, and still won't be enough. You won't leave those moments drained. You'll leave expanded, refilled, reawakened. And they'll see through you, not in a way that invades, but in a way that liberates. They'll call out the lie when you try to pretend you're okay. They won't let you shrink. They'll speak to the version of you you haven't stepped into yet, and they'll do it without pressure, just with presence. Comment 777. Again, if you're feeling the pull, this isn't coincidence. That number keeps showing up for a reason. Your love story will begin before the first hello, because the connection started long before this lifetime. It's why you've felt them in your dreams. It's why your intuition has been on high alert. Your soul has been whispering, they're coming, and now everything in your life is starting to align with that truth. And when they arrive, the universe will respond. Watch how things shift, how obstacles move, how people from your past fall away without warning. That's because alignment creates release, and what's not aligned with where you're going can't stay. This connection will feel like prophecy unfolding in real time, not because it was predicted by man, but because it was promised by the divine. And when you touch, even for the first time, it'll feel like you've known that skin for 1,000 years. Like the palms were always meant to meet. Like the space between your fingers was designed to hold theirs. There won't be a performance. There won't be a chase. This love will be still and wild at the same time. Like fire in a temple, like oceans in silence, it will hold reverence and hunger in the same breath. And somehow, it will make perfect sense. And here's what they won't tell you: this kind of connection breaks illusions. It dismantles everything you thought love had to look like. Because when it's real, it doesn't come wrapped in validation. It comes wrapped in truth. And truth doesn't flatter, it frees. You won't have to lose yourself to be loved this time. You'll have to become yourself. Every layer, every scar, every triumph, every shadow. And they'll hold you in all of it. Not because they have to, but because their soul won't let them do anything less. And you'll hold them too. Not in spite of their flaws, but because of their fullness. You'll love them as a whole. You'll hold their inner child with both hands. You'll speak to the parts of them that never felt seen, and your voice will sound like healing. This is why it couldn't happen sooner. You weren't ready. They weren't either. Not because you weren't worthy, but because the wounds were still talking. The fears were still louder than the faith. But now, the noise has quieted. The old stories are collapsing, and your heart has made room for the miracle. Like this video, if you feel the shift already moving in your chest, that's not emotion. That's energy aligning with truth. This relationship will not make you forget your purpose. It will sharpen it. The visions you wrote down alone will find a second witness, someone who says, "I see it too. Let's build it." You won't have to dim your dreams to fit. They'll come in with blueprints of their own. And when you put them together, something divine will rise. Together, you'll speak life over each other's ideas. You'll birth things. Not just children, but concepts, art, ministries, businesses, freedom. Because this love doesn't just hold emotion, it holds potential. It is a multiplier, and it will activate your gifts. Your intuition will sharpen. Your clarity will expand. Your discernment will deepen. Because when your soul is in safe hands, it doesn't just rest, it awakens. Comment 777 if you're claiming this shift right now. Let it be known. Let it be anchored. And your past? It will no longer hold power. Not because you forgot it, but because this love makes the pain irrelevant. You'll stop retelling the same survival stories because you're no longer surviving, you're living. This kind of relationship will feel like recovery, a steady return to yourself, where you finally stop flinching at kindness, where you no longer overthink silence, where you no longer ask if you're too much, because in their eyes, your fullness is the answer. And yes, the world will talk. Let them. Your love will be misunderstood. But it wasn't meant to be understood. It was meant to be felt, meant to be lived, meant to be honored. You've had lovers who touched your skin but missed your soul. This time, your soul will be the first thing they reach for. And when you argue, and you will, it won't be war. It will be growth. Because when your person is also your mirror, conflict doesn't break the bond. It deepens the roots. You won't fight to win. You'll fight to understand. They won't weaponize your vulnerability. They'll hold it like a secret you trusted them with. And when they get it wrong, they'll say it. Not just with words, but with change. Because this relationship won't be fueled by pride. It'll be rooted in accountability. And when they say, "I'm sorry," it won't be for peacekeeping. It'll be because they meant it. This is the kind of love that rewires your nervous system. Your body won't brace itself around them. Your breath won't shorten. Your shoulders won't tighten. You'll relax without realizing it. You'll be safe without asking for it. You'll be loved without earning it. You are walking into a relationship that is not a prize. It is a partnership. You are not being rewarded. You are being remembered. The universe is saying, "This is what I saved for you." Subscribe now if you haven't, to align, to belong, to stay anchored to this frequency of truth. Your next relationship is a sacred agreement, not between two people, but between two souls who finally remembered what they promised each other before time began. And the world won't know what to do with it, but you will. This love will teach you how to speak without words. You'll sit across from them, and your silence will carry paragraphs. A glance will say more than a speech. A touch will recalibrate your mood. You'll notice how the air between you hums with something ancient, something not born in this lifetime, but remembered through it. There will be moments where you'll both pause, struck by the weight of the connection. Not because it's heavy, but because it's holy. You'll realize you're not just building a life, you're remembering a contract, a soul agreement that's older than your memories, deeper than your logic, and stronger than your fears. And in this relationship, Time won't be measured in hours. It'll be measured in presence, in how deeply you listen, in how fully you show up. You won't count the days, you'll count the transformations. Because every conversation, every shared stillness will become a catalyst. They won't ask you to dim your fire. They'll ask where to stand so they can protect it. You won't be told to calm down. You'll be invited to rise up. Your intensity won't scare them. It will steady them. They'll look at your depth and say, "That's exactly what I've been praying for." Comment 777 if that line just cracked something open in you. That's not fiction. That's memory. And their presence will feel like gravity. Not the kind that weighs you down, but the kind that keeps you from floating off into isolation. You'll notice how you're more grounded when they're near. You'll find focus in their gaze, clarity in their stillness. Not because they fix your chaos, but because they never flinch from it. They'll let you be wild, and they'll be wild too. Not reckless, not destructive, but free. This relationship won't tame you. It will teach you how to be both fierce and soft, strong and surrendered, powerful and present at the same time. And your body will know it's them. Before your mind has a chance to catch up, your chest will open, your breath will deepen, your steps will feel guided. You won't have to analyze the connection. You'll feel it in your bones, in your instincts, in the silence between beats. This kind of love doesn't just hold you, it reveals you. It shows you who you are when you're no longer performing, when you're no longer trying to be good enough, when you're simply being, and that is, finally, beautifully, more than enough. They will meet you in the shadows, not to pull you out too quickly, but to sit with you in the quiet, to understand what made you hide, to hear the stories you've never told. They won't run from your darkness. They'll ask for its name, and when you speak it, they'll still stay, and you'll stay too. For their storms, for their grief, for the parts they thought made them unlovable. You'll hold them not to heal them, but to honor them. You'll become the safe space they never had, and in doing so, you'll watch them bloom. This relationship will require you to grow, not through pressure, but through invitation. They won't demand change. They'll reflect what you've been too afraid to become, and something in you will say, "It's time." Like this video, if your heart is already responding. This is the shift, the moment you stop waiting and start preparing. Your love will confuse those still playing games, because it won't make sense to people used to manipulation. It won't look like control. It won't look like dependency. It won't come with ultimatums or mind games. It will be clear, steady, sacred. And the ones who once doubted you, who said you were asking for too much, they'll go silent, because they'll see that you weren't asking for too much. You were asking for alignment, for honesty, for depth. And now that it's here, they'll have no words, only reflection. You won't need to post it for proof. The frequency will speak louder than any photo ever could. People will feel it before you say it. The glow on your face, the peace in your voice, the power in your presence. It'll be undeniable. Comment 777 one last time if you're still here. This isn't coincidence. You've crossed into something sacred, and this won't be love that demands perfect timing. This will be love that times creates times perfect timing. The moment you both say yes, everything around you will begin to shift to support it. Finances will align. Opportunities will flow. Obstacles will dissolve. Because real love doesn't just change your heart, it changes your life. You'll notice your inner voice getting louder, your intuition sharpening, because being loved correctly doesn't distract you, it reconnects you. You'll hear God clearer. You'll trust yourself deeper. You'll stop asking others to validate what your spirit already confirmed. And they won't be afraid to worship with you, to pray with you, to invite God into the center, not as a final option, but as the foundation. This love will not pull you away from faith. It will drive you into it. You'll find yourselves in late-night prayers, in spontaneous worship, in quiet mornings full of clarity. You'll speak life over each other, not to impress, but because it's instinct now. This love isn't just about compatibility, it's about calling. You won't just love what they do. You'll see why they were born to do it, and you'll protect it, fuel it, speak to it when they forget. Remind them of the anointing when the world gets loud, and they'll do the same for you. Together, you'll become a temple, not a tower, not a stage, a temple, a place where purpose and peace live together, a place where God can dwell without interruption. This kind of relationship isn't built in haste, it's built in honor. Every word will matter. Every silence will matter. Every pause will hold purpose. Nothing will be wasted, not even the waiting. Because when they arrive, you'll know that every delay was preparation. And when you touch them for the first time, it won't be skin meeting skin, it'll be timelines merging. Every version of you that has ever longed, waited, wept, healed, will feel the weight of that moment. Not like pressure, like closure, like the closing of one book and the holy opening of another. You'll feel decades of solitude collapse into a single second of sacred recognition. They won't just be a lover, they'll be a rhythm. The kind your soul already knows the steps to, the kind you never had to rehearse. You'll find yourself dancing with them in conversation, in stillness, in silence, in breath. Every interaction will feel like music without sound, like poetry without words. And they won't be what you expected, not because they lack anything, but because they exceed the checklist. This love will destroy your list and hand you what your spirit actually asked for. You'll realize you were praying for safety, not status, for truth, not type, for resonance, not routine. You'll feel a presence you didn't know you missed. They'll walk into the room, and your nervous system will respond before your smile can. There will be no adrenaline rush, no heart-pounding performance, just stillness, like your spirit finally exhaled, like something clicked back into place that had been off for years. They'll listen differently, not to reply, to understand. They'll wait when you pause. They'll notice when your tone shifts. They'll hear the words you didn't say, and they'll never ask you to explain your pain just to prove you're worthy of love. They'll hold your story like a scripture, not a script to be edited. And you'll catch yourself unlearning survival habits. You'll stop apologizing for your softness. You'll stop minimizing your joy. You'll stop over-explaining your value, not because they correct you, but because they reflect back the truth you forgot. The truth that you were never too much. You were always too sacred. They'll look at your past and not flinch. They won't romanticize it. They won't compete with it. They'll just understand it, because they'll have their own, not as baggage, as depth. And your stories will fold into each other like rivers meeting at the ocean. Different in detail, one in destination, and the intimacy will be different, not rushed, not based on tension, but on trust. Their hands will know how to touch without taking. Their lips will know how to speak without stealing your voice. Their presence will teach your body that safety can exist without silence. Like this video, if you've been preparing for this not with effort, but with embodiment. You didn't chase this. You became ready for it. You won't need to be on around them. You'll be able to cry and not explain, laugh and not censor, dream out loud and not fear ridicule. They'll see the things you're still learning to love about yourself, and they'll see them as the best parts. This love won't happen in a whirlwind. It'll happen like sunrise, slow, gentle, certain. You won't have to question it, because it won't ask you to move faster than your soul is ready. It will rise with you, patiently, silently, powerfully. And they'll know how to hold space when your old wounds speak. They won't shrink when your trauma shows up. They'll recognize the voice of your past and remind you of your present. They won't try to fix you. They'll witness you, because healing doesn't come from correction, it comes from compassion. And for the first time in your life, you'll stop searching for proof. You'll stop waiting for them to slip. You'll stop anticipating abandonment, because their consistency will speak louder than their words. They won't have to say, "I'm not leaving." You'll feel it. You'll start to notice little things shifting, your posture, your language, your pace. Not because you're changing for them, but because you're finally safe enough to return to yourself. Comment 777. If your spirit is hearing this in a way your ears never could. This is activation. This is alignment. You'll speak blessings over them in their absence. You'll pray for them like they're already beside you. Not out of desperation, but out of joy. Because you know they exist. You know they're close. You know God didn't bring you this far just to tease you with the idea of love. And their presence will be your calm in the chaos. They won't have all the answers, but their energy will remind you that answers aren't always the point. Sometimes, love doesn't solve the problem, it holds your hand while you walk through it. This relationship will become your sanctuary, not your escape, not your distraction, your return. The place you come back to, not just at the end of the day, but at the end of every emotional cycle. They'll be the one you think of when something good happens, and the one who holds you when it doesn't. They won't love you because you're strong. They'll love you when you're weak, too. They'll sit beside you in your unraveling, and instead of rushing to clean it up, they'll say, "I'm not going anywhere." You'll start to glow without trying. People will ask what changed. You won't always have the words. Because how do you explain the feeling of finally being seen? Not admired, not desired, seen. Truly, deeply, eternally. And they won't treat your calling like competition. They'll protect it, celebrate it, fuel it. They'll be the one reminding you who you are when you forget. And not in grand gestures, in tiny, consistent ways, in the way they speak your name, in the way they watch you work, in the way they listen when you doubt yourself and respond with faith instead of fear. This love will not be performance. It will be practice, daily, intentional, rooted in reality and watered by spirit. It will be sacred, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. They won't need to be your everything. They'll just be your one. The one who shows up, the one who stays, the one who understands that love isn't an emotion. It's a choice, a devotion, a rhythm, a revelation. And together, you won't just build a home, you'll build a legacy. Not of wealth, of wellness, not of status, of safety. The kind that makes children grow tall in spirit. The kind that heals bloodlines without needing a spotlight. This love will be the answer to prayers you forgot you prayed. The manifestation of growth you didn't even realize you had achieved. It will arrive not when you finally got everything together, but when you finally gave yourself permission to be exactly where you are. And you'll thank the heartbreak, not because it was fair, but because it prepared your soul to recognize what this is. You'll look back at the pain and see it as the refining fire that made you ready for the kind of love that doesn't burn, it warms. It holds, it stays. This love will not just feel like a new chapter, it will feel like a different book. One written in a language only your soul understands. One without the weight of survival, without the footnotes of pain, without the edits of fear. And when you start reading it, you won't want to stop. Not because of excitement, because of recognition. They won't be your escape from life. They'll be your re-entry into it. You'll find yourself more present, more awake, more attuned to the little moments. The sound of their laughter in the kitchen, the way they reach for you without needing to speak, the way your energy softens when they walk into the room. It won't be dramatic, it'll be divine, and they'll understand your silence. They'll know when you need space, not because you said it, but because they feel it. They won't take your quiet personally. They'll respect your stillness as sacred. They'll sit beside you in it, not to pull you out, but to let you know you're not alone in it. This relationship will reintroduce you to parts of yourself you thought were gone. The playfulness you buried, the hope you silenced, the softness you replaced with strategy. Slowly, those parts will return. They'll stretch, they'll breathe, they'll begin to dance again, not for attention, but because the music is finally safe to respond to. And you won't feel the urge to prove your worth, because they'll treat your existence as inherently valuable, not for what you do, but for who you are. Your presence will be enough. Your flaws won't disqualify you. Your fears won't threaten them. Your past won't scare them away. Comment 777 right now if you're feeling this come alive in your chest. That's not projection. That's prophecy. You'll begin to trust yourself more, not because they'll give you confidence, but because they'll stop feeding your doubt. When someone holds your truth without distortion, you begin to remember it yourself. When someone mirrors your worth back to you, eventually you stop questioning it. And it won't be a fairy tale. It'll be a foundation, built from daily choices, from moments of tenderness, from the willingness to show up, even on the days when love doesn't feel easy. Especially on those days, this connection will be rich in intention. They'll look you in the eye when they speak. They won't just ask how your day was, they'll ask how your soul is. They'll notice when your joy feels dimmed. And they won't try to fix you, they'll sit with you in it, steady as stone, until the light returns. And when you succeed, they won't feel small. They won't compete. They'll celebrate like it was their own victory, because your elevation won't threaten them, it will confirm them. They'll see your rising as shared sunlight, not stolen spotlight. You'll realize you're no longer praying for peace. You're living in it. Because when the storm outside no longer matches the storm inside, everything begins to calm. Your environment becomes an echo of your evolution. And that's what this love does. It aligns your inner world with your outer one. They won't just fit into your future. They'll honor your past, not glorify it, not dissect it, just respect it. Because they'll understand that every scar, every failure, every misstep built the bridge that led you to them. This relationship won't demand access to your pain. It will earn it, slowly, gently, through consistency, through safety, through the quiet ways they show you they're not going anywhere. And you'll stop second-guessing joy. You'll stop bracing for impact every time something feels good. Because this time, the love will not be followed by betrayal. This time, the love will follow you into the places where you once stopped believing it could exist. Like this video if you've been healing without knowing what you were being prepared for. This is what was waiting on the other side. They'll be able to hold your fire, not contain it, not tame it. Hold it with reverence, with awe, with the kind, a presence that says, I don't need to control your power to feel safe around it. And in return, you'll hold their quiet. Not break it, not question it, just honor it. You'll move as a unit without losing your individuality. You'll have your space, your passions, your paths. But every time you glance to your side, they'll be there, not as a shadow, as a light walking next to yours. And it will feel like grace, not the soft, poetic kind, the fierce kind, the kind that stands between you and everything trying to return you to your old patterns. This love will be a shield, not made of perfection, but made of alignment. It won't block pain, but it will help you carry it. This isn't the love you see in movies. It's the kind you see in legacy, in the way they speak your name decades from now, in the way your children describe home, in the way strangers can feel peace when they're near you, because your love has made peace your atmosphere. You'll have private jokes, shared looks, unspoken rules. Your bond won't require validation. It will exist in glances, in patterns, in the thousands of tiny rituals that say, I choose you every single day. Comment 777 again if something in you just whispered, this is mine. Don't doubt it. That whisper is the echo of destiny, and your connection won't be defined by what you avoid. It'll be defined by what you walk through. Together, grief, joy, failure, change. You won't run from them. You'll rise through them as one. They'll become the one you want to tell everything to. The first person you think of when the world surprises you. The last person you want to speak to before sleep. And even in silence, their presence will remain. A comfort, a calm, a steady pulse at the center of your life. And they won't love you for your potential. They'll love you for your presence, right here, right now. Not for what you're becoming, but for who you already are. And because of that, you'll become even more. There will be mornings when you wake up before them and just watch them breathe. Not out of infatuation, but out of awe. You'll marvel at how peace can take human form, at how something so quiet can hold so much weight, at how someone who was once a stranger now feels like the axis around which your entire life turns. And they'll do the same, not always with words, but with actions. You'll feel it in the way they pour your coffee just right, in the way they remember how you like your eggs, in the way they rub your back when you don't ask. Their love won't be loud, but it will be unmistakable. You won't need to post it to prove it. You won't have to announce it for it to be real. This relationship will live in the spaces no one sees, the quiet sacrifices, the late-night check-ins, the soft apologies whispered in the dark. It won't need an audience to feel alive. It will be alive because it's built on truth. And they'll understand how to move through your moods. Not avoid them, not fix them, but flow with them. They'll notice when your spirit is tired. They won't ask, what's wrong? They'll ask, what do you need? And you'll learn to ask the same. Because when love becomes a rhythm, it stops being reactive. It becomes intuitive. This kind of love will not make sense to logic. It will bypass your checklist. It won't match your timeline, but it will arrive right when your soul has made peace with being whole alone. And that's the irony. You'll meet them not when you're looking, but when you've stopped needing to look. Like this video, if that's where you are right now. Done searching, done settling, just rooted in readiness. And this person will love you in your language. They'll learn your soul's syntax, not just how you love, but how you listen, how you retreat, how you return. They'll meet you where you are without losing themselves. And you'll meet them the same. You'll build a love that doesn't leave bruises. That doesn't ask for pieces you're not ready to give. That doesn't punish you for being human. This relationship will hold failure, disappointment, insecurity, and still stand. Because it was never built to be flawless. It was built to be fortified. They won't be perfect. You won't either. But you'll both be committed to becoming better. Not just for each other, but with each other. You'll grow like two trees planted side by side. Separate roots, shared sun, intertwined branches. There will be days where the only thing that keeps you steady is the fact that they're not going anywhere. And they won't. Even when it's hard, even when it's heavy, they'll stay. Not because they have to, but because they choose to. Every day, you'll feel what it means to be seen on a soul level. They'll call you out when you hide. They'll celebrate you when you shine. They'll hold space for both. And you'll do the same. Not as a favor, but as a form of worship. Comment 777 again, if your spirit is vibrating with this kind of truth. You're not manifesting this love, you're remembering it. You'll notice how your language changes. You'll speak less from fear, more from faith. You'll stop negotiating your needs. You'll start declaring your boundaries with peace, not panic. Because when someone values you correctly, you stop begging to be understood. You'll watch the patterns break, the anxious spirals, the avoidant distance, the over-explaining, the undersharing. Slowly, those old behaviors will start to fall away. Not because you tried harder, but because the need for them dissolved in the presence of something safer. And they'll see you when you don't see yourself. In your messy, in your stuck, in your confusion. They'll see the parts of you that even you struggle to hold with grace. And instead of shrinking away, they'll come closer, not to fix, but to sit, to wait, to witness. This love will not rush your process. It will respect it. They'll hold your hand when you're slow to trust, when you hesitate, when you overthink. They'll remind you, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And eventually, that presence will quiet your doubt more than 1,000 affirmations ever could. They will pray over you in your sleep. They will speak protection over your mind. They will ask God to give them the strength to love you well, not out of obligation, but because loving you feels like obedience to something greater, and you'll feel chosen. Not just wanted, not just desired, chosen, deliberately, daily, with eyes open and hands steady. They won't just want the best parts of you. They'll embrace the broken, the scared, the healing. They won't flinch, they'll cover it. Like this, if you've been praying for something real, not flashy, not loud, not fleeting, just real. And when they look at you, it won't feel like flattery. It'll feel like prophecy, like they see where you're going, not just where you've been. Like they recognize the call on your life and aren't intimidated by it. They're inspired by it. And you'll feel the same. Because alignment doesn't just feel safe, it feels sacred. You'll stop talking about goals and start living in them. You'll stop watching others thrive and start becoming the example you once looked for. Because when you're in the right relationship, you stop observing from the outside. You start building from the inside. This love will not drain you, it will energize you. You'll wake up with new ideas. You'll move with new discipline. You'll show up with new presence. Not because they complete you, but because they mirror the parts of you that had been waiting for light. And when conflict comes, and it will, you'll notice how quickly you return to peace. Not because nothing hurts, but because nothing threatens the foundation. You'll stop fearing rupture. You'll start trusting repair. You'll talk through things that used to make you shut down. You'll listen with curiosity, not defensiveness. And when one of you needs space, the other will honor it without fear of loss. Comment 777 if that just rewrote your understanding of what love is meant to look like. Let it root in you. You'll move through life with a rhythm, a shared breath. You'll handle disappointments like teammates. You'll celebrate victories like warriors. You'll plan futures without pressure. You'll dream together without limits. This love won't ask you to shrink. It will require your expansion, because it can't fit into the old version of you, and you'll rise to meet it not because of effort, but because of recognition. You'll become the version of yourself that knows how to receive what you were once afraid to ask for. And when you rest beside them, there will be a stillness that goes beyond words, a peace that speaks louder than any promise. You'll exhale in ways your body forgot it could. You'll sleep deeper. You'll dream clearer. Because this time, you're not just safe, you're home. And home won't be a place anymore, it will be a feeling. The feeling of their voice softening your edges. The feeling of your name in their mouth, sounding like peace. The feeling of their hand in yours, reminding you that you're not alone in this life. Not now, not ever again. And you'll begin to realize that what you thought love had to cost, it never actually did. You just hadn't met someone who paid attention. They will notice everything, not just when you're dressed up, glowing, smiling. They'll notice when your tone shifts mid-sentence, when your eyes go quiet, when your energy lowers even though you're still laughing. They will watch you the way you've watched the world, closely, gently, reverently, as if every moment is a clue, every gesture is sacred. And when they speak in your name, it will sound different. It won't be heavy with expectation. It won't be dipped in judgment. It will land softly, like a prayer returning home, like someone calling a soul back into its rightful place. This connection won't be built on grand declarations. It will be built in the quiet, in the way they remember how you take your tea, in the way they let you finish your thoughts without rushing you, in the way they lean in, not just to hear but to understand. Love will no longer be about intensity. It will be about intention. And when life tries to shake you, because it will, you'll have a place to land. Not because they have all the answers, but because they're willing to stay in the unknown with you. You'll learn that you don't need certainty to feel safe. You need presence. You need consistency. You need a love that doesn't disappear when things get messy. Like this video if you're learning how to receive that kind of love, not because you chased it, but because you slowed down long enough to be available for it. They will surprise you. Not with gifts, with grace, with the way they hold space for your healing, with the way they don't make your process about them, with the way they keep showing up soft, steady, rooted, and slowly, your walls won't fall. They'll dissolve, and you'll begin to bloom differently. Not urgently, not publicly, quietly, powerfully. You'll reclaim parts of yourself that you gave away for survival. You'll start speaking more gently, moving more freely. You'll feel God again, not just in church, but in their presence, in the way they make you feel, held without being controlled. This love will be layered. It will have depth. It will take time. You'll keep discovering new rooms inside them, places of thought, feeling, memory, conviction, and each one will make you more certain that you were never crazy for wanting more. You were just ahead of your time. They'll understand your passion. They'll understand your pace. They won't guilt you for being fast when you're inspired or slow when you're processing. They'll match your rhythm when it matters and give you space when it doesn't. Because their love will not be about making you manageable, It will be about making you feel met. Comment 777 if your spirit is echoing with that kind of meeting. Not a rescue, not a fixation, a recognition. They'll know how to sit with silence, not to fill it, but to witness it. You won't have to entertain them. You won't have to protect them from your quiet days. They'll honor them, they'll bring their own stillness to meet yours. And you'll realize that some of the most profound intimacy happens when nothing needs to be said. You'll begin to laugh in your sleep. You'll begin to hum without realizing it. Joy will become second nature again, because when someone holds your nervous system with tenderness, your soul gets permission to play. They won't interrupt your solitude. They'll make it sweeter. They'll be the book beside your journal, the warm cup beside your candle, the kind of company that doesn't disrupt your inner sanctuary but adds to its warmth. And when they look at you, you'll feel it. That kind of gaze that doesn't pierce but softens. That says, I see you, all of you, and nothing about you scares me. You'll feel safe enough to unravel, safe enough to rebuild, safe enough to be seen and still stay. This love will be your mirror, but not the kind that shames, the kind that reflects your divine potential. They'll speak into your life in ways that don't flatter, but call forth, not ego, essence. You'll grow not from pressure, but from being deeply witnessed. You'll notice how your voice changes, how you speak less from defense and more from clarity. Because when you're no longer afraid of being misunderstood, your language becomes cleaner, softer, truer, like this video. If you're already hearing yourself speak differently, not to be liked, but to be real. They'll never use your vulnerability as a weapon. They won't throw your past in your face. They won't twist your truth for their advantage. They will treat your trust like gold, rare, valuable, worth protecting, and you'll start trusting your own voice again because they never try to silence it. You'll build new rituals, not forced routines, organic rhythms, daily moments that become sacred by repetition. How you greet each other, how you say goodnight, how you show up after arguments. It won't be dramatic, it will be devotional. And when you're apart, you won't spiral. You won't assume distance means disconnection, because they'll have taught you, through every moment of consistency, that love doesn't vanish, it expands. This relationship will not feel like finally. It will feel like, of course, like your soul nodding at something it already knew, like your heart saying, this is what I was built to carry. Comment 777 if you're already carrying it in your spirit. The knowing, the weight, the peace. And they will have depth, not because they've avoided pain, but because they've survived it. And instead of turning bitter, they turned soft. You'll feel that in the way they touch you, in the way they listen, in the way they don't flinch when your voice cracks. They will be gentle, not fragile. They'll be kind, not naive. They'll be strong, not controlling. You'll look at them and see resilience, not the kind that hardens, the kind that softens, the kind that tells you, I've walked through fire, but I still believe in tenderness. And you'll feel free, not just because they let you go, but because they never made you feel caged to begin with. You'll want to stay not because you have to, but because you are seen, loved, challenged, and respected. All at once, you'll build a life that fits both of you, not perfectly, but honestly. You'll compromise where it matters, you'll stand firm where it counts, and you'll both hold the door open for the other to keep becoming. This is what love looks like when you stop settling for potential and start choosing presence.